Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this particular video, we'll be looking into the Agno Agentic framework. Now, this was previously called as Phidata. Agno is a lightweight, powerful library for building the multimodal agents. You can see its features are listed. It builds lightning fast agent that works with text, images, audio and video. It adds the memory, knowledge and the tools as needed. It can run anywhere. It's open source. The most amazing thing about this particular agentic framework is that it's open source as well as it's very simple and easy to use. It's pure Python and you will just love it using this particular agents. Looking forward at the key features of it, they say that the agent creation is 10,000 times faster than LangGraph, which is again one more agentic framework. It is multimodal, multi-agent, memory manager. It contains memory management. It has the knowledge storage like vector DBs, which are used for RAG or dynamic few shots. It has the structured output feature, which makes the agent respond with a particular type of output, for example, a JSON or any particular list. It also comes with a feature of monitoring, where you can track the agent sessions and performance. And most importantly, it provides you an agent playground also. So here you can simply play with all your agents that you have created on a particular UI. You don't have to specifically build an UI to look into how your agent works. Here you have the feature of attaching the tools or the LLM models that you have. And you can simply ask query, you will get the solution for it. Along with this, in their documentation website, they also have stated all these things like agents, how to build them, the models, whichever model you have, how to use it, how to integrate that so that you can use it in your agentic flow. They also have provided a list of guide for using the tools. Now it can be a built-in tool, it can be your custom tool. They have provided enormous amount of tools that are pre-built and you can simply use that as a plugin in your agentic flow. So it makes the building of agents very fast and easier. You can see it comes with knowledge chunking, where it has different strategies of chunking which can be done by simply importing their library. Then they support different variety of vector DBs, how you can integrate them into your workflows, the storages, the embeddings, the workflows. Each and everything they have built over here and you just have to use it wisely. The right side you can also see their GitHub repo. Here they have given the entire code of this particular Agno agent. You can use this particular repo, clone it and customize it in a way that you want to use it. So now that we have seen the overview of what exactly this particular framework provides, now we'll be building a simple agent with multiple tools functionality and we'll see how that particular agent intelligently choose a particular tool which is relevant for that particular query and fetches the output. Let's start to build that particular agent. Now here I'm inside the VS code. Here you can see I have simply imported the OS and I have set up the Grok API key because I'm going to use a model from the Grok API. So I have simply used the key that I have and I have executed it. So my environment is configured with this particular key. Now we'll be building an Agno agent. Now you don't have to worry about how you can get the code. The entire code they have provided in their tutorial. So it's that simple and you can simply use it. So I'm also going to use that. You can see in the documentation, you can simply go to the agents and let's try to check the introduction part of it. So firstly, I would tell what are agents. They are simply AI programs that execute the task autonomously. So basically you can say agent as a particular functionality to which you can simply assign a task and it will get that task done with the help of different tools that it has. Let's come to this particular introduction part. Over here you can see they have simply built this particular agent with one tool, that is DuckDuckGo tool. Now this DuckDuckGo tool is used for web searching. Now you can see how beautiful this particular Agno framework is, that you don't have to specifically define that particular code which you use to fetch the documents from the web using the DuckDuckGo search. They have already created a library over here. You just have to import it and simply integrate that as a tool, and it will automatically search the relevant docs from the web for that particular query, whatever you put. Now I'll simply copy this particular code over here. Let's simply paste it. Now what we have done over here, let's see. Now what is done over here, we simply have imported the agent part, or I would say the agent module from Agno.Agent. Then we have imported the model OpenAI. We don't require this because we are using the Grok API model. Next, we also have imported this particular tool which is going to search on the web. For defining any agent, you have to use this particular agent class, inside which you have to define these parameters. First is the model which you are going to use. Second is tools, if any. If that particular agent requires tools, you can simply put it in the form of a list. And then you have some optional parameters, like for example, if you want the output in the form of markdown, you can simply put markdown equals true. Now since in our case we are using Grok, we'll have to check for the Grok module whether they have implemented it. So let's come back to the documentation. Let's scroll down over here. You can see we have a model section, inside which let's check for Grok. So here you can see they already have given us the code how we can access the module. So from agno.models.grok import grok, I'll simply copy this. And for the model part, they have used llama 3.370 billion versatile. So you can check on the grok API, whatever models are available, you can simply get any of them and just write the name of that particular model. So I'll use the same model, whatever they have defined over here, that is llama 3.3. As we already have discussed, we have used this particular DuckDuckGo tool in this particular tools list. And then we have used the agent.print response, which will simply take the query that we want to ask. And then we have an additional parameter that is stream equals true, which will simply output your response token wise. For now, what I'll simply do is I won't be defining any tool over here. Let's try to check how simply we can use our LLM only to get the answer for our particular query. So I'm simply removing this particular tools section from here. I'll simply comment that out. Let's execute this and see the response that we are getting is streaming response, as well as this particular response we have solely got from the LLM model only, because we haven't used any additional tools like web search or any other tool. So what's happening in New York? So whatever that particular LLM model has about New York, it will simply get that as the output. It's not real time, it's just the data on which that particular model has got trained on. So you can see this is how it gives us the output. Now if I try to integrate this particular DuckDuckGo tool, now let's see. Let's try to execute this. You can see it has now hit the web, and as you can see, as per the date, it has given us the top news stories. So the day on which I am recording this particular video is Tuesday, March 4, 2025, and you can see it has given the same date news. I hope this thing is clear, how beautifully we can use the web search, how easily it works. We don't have to write any piece of code for it. We just have to use the inbuilt modules. Similarly, they have created multiple tools. Let's try to check it. So under the tools, you can simply see there are multiple things, toolkits. So Airflow, Apify, AWS Lambda, Baidu Search, Calculator, cal.com, and so on. There are multiple such tools. Let's try to check for the calculator one. You can see they have created this particular calculator tools class, And there is also a feature to customize it. For example, if you want the calculator to perform only addition and subtraction, then we can simply set that flag to true, others as false, or others we cannot simply mention that. So this customizable thing is also available over here. So what I'll do now is I'll simply import this particular calculator tools class, and I'll add this particular tool with all these parameters. So now you can see over here, inside this list only, I'm going to add this particular tool with the comma, because we have this particular list and list contain elements separated by commas. So let's try to enter this. Okay, over here I'll paste it. Now you can see I have added this particular calculator tools, which will perform the arithmetic operation if I input any particular query to perform or to calculate a particular expression. So let's try to do it. So you can see I have simply inputted this particular expression as a query. Now let's check how the LLM calculates it. So I have executed it, and you can see over here it has called the tool calculator tools for calculating this particular expression. So according to the PEMDAS rule, it has calculated it minus 43. So this is how it works. Now over here we have mentioned two tools. First is calculator tool and second is the DuckDuckGo tool. Now I didn't specify in the query what tool it has to use. It automatically understands which tool has to be called, and accordingly it will call that particular tool and get that task done. So if I would have put a particular query related to web search, then it would call this particular DuckDuckGo tool. So that is how this particular agent is designed, that it becomes intelligent to call a set of tools to which it has access to. Now over here you can see I have added this particular extra question. Now these two things are actually requiring two different tools to be called. First, for calculating this particular expression, that is the calculator tools, and second, for searching on the web, what is LangGraph, because LangGraph is something which is a new framework, and the LLM might not know about it. So for getting the result for this, it has to search on the web. So let's try to execute this and see what happens. So over here you can see it has started calculating about the uh, expression, as well as it has tried to search for the LangGraph. Over here you can see first it has calculated the expression. The value is minus 43. It's correct. Then it has said that as for LangGraph, I'll search for the information, because the real-time information is not associated with that particular LLM. It was previously trained on old data. So LangGraph is something which is new to it, and it does not find anything relevant inside that particular model. So it tries to search for that concept on the web. So it does that, and the result for it has got is this. LangGraph is a library for building stateful multi-actor applications with large language models, that is LLMs, and it has this multi-agent workflows and provide a foundation for building and scaling AI workloads. So it's something that is actually true, and if you go at the LangGraph documentation website also, you can simply get this particular information. So this is how this particular tool, or I would say the agents, work. Isn't this particular thing simple? Instead of this particular library, if I try to do all these things from scratch, I would have to write enormous amount of code just to do this particular task. But after using this particular Agno agents, it's that simple. So I hope this particular thing is clear to you all. Similarly, over here you can simply go for the multiple tools. Over here you can simply look for different tools. You can see for GitHub also they have given a tool for Google Maps, for Google Calendar, Google Search, and so on. So it's way much interesting and simple to use. Just try to explore this particular framework, and I would also make videos based on this particular framework in the upcoming videos. Stay tuned for that. I would also tell you how we can integrate our entire multi-agentic flow on the UI that is provided by Agno itself. So this is going to be very amazing and very interesting. So stay tuned for all these things. For more such videos, do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Also hit the bell icon and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Please join me on Telegram. Thanks for watching. Have a good day ahead.